got you, by the way.
We're good, right?
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? I'm going to help you out. Save you 5 minutes of your life explaining this.
Okay.
Hey, girl, you want this ring? You're going to have to sign this thing. Boom.
I don't like that.
I love
that.
that.
Listen,
Hey,
here's
don't
the
be
thing.
disagreeable right now, TLA. You have some problems.
Here's the problem. The problem is like your friend.
Yeah.
And your friend is like most men. Your friend can make a ton of money on the outside in the outside world. When he gets into the house, his level of disagreeability drops. If your friend was more disagreeable, he would say that, what you just said.
Well, at the end of the day, it comes down
can't.
to risk. Are you willing, are you willing to put your foot down and risk your girl getting upset or even leaving you? But I'd rather know that now before I give you the world.
100%.
And if you're like, listen, babe, these are the fucking rules of the house, and if we're gonna do this and spend the rest of our lives together, this is what I stand for.
I mean,
I'd rather her fight with me now than after we get married and we have kids together, and I see how disagreeable she could be. This is like insurance. This is preventative stuff.
Your way is great in theory, right? But I'm trying to tell.
Application here, bro. It's theory and application.
But listen, we're talking to men. We're talking to a huge swath of men.
Yeah.
And so these are the men that I'm talking to. Men who are going to have trouble. The men who would do what you say they need to do, they would do that anyway. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't need your advice because they were.
Shout out to my boss boys out there doing that thing.
They were going to do that shit anyway. Sign this bitch, right?
I don't know if you're going to say it like that, but...
Right? It's the men.
Hey, sign this, bitch.
Oh, God.
Ross, you're going to say that to the unicorn?
No, because she's a unicorn.
Hey, bitch, go get me that pen. Bring it here.
That's exactly right.
Now sign that thing.
This conversation honestly could take an hour. It could take 2 hours. And some men say, oh, well, if she reacts poorly, then that's an indication that she doesn't love you or that it's not right for you. And that's not true. A lot of times, women can be insulted by you asking for a prenup. They can think that you think that the relationship is not as strong as it needs to be, or that you don't want to protect her, you don't love her. So you have to really explain this stuff to women, but then you have to allow for a period of time for them to kind of come around to it, to absorb it, to process it, right? Mm-hmm. It can't be that you ask your woman in a great way for a prenup. She says, well, I don't know about that. And you're like, oh, well, you're not the one for me, right? Because if she's a unicorn, you want to give her a lot of grace. You want to understand that she's a human. She might need to mull this over for a few days. There's nothing wrong with that,
yeah, of
right?
course.
But at the end of the day, you have to have the conversation.
So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another. Or if you want to watch the entire Soscast, click right here.